Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves to Scrap, and I'm coming to you from the land down under. Today I'm doing Mad About Minipads Hop on YouTube and Instagram. All of the playlists down below, check them out, leave some love, they will appreciate it. This is the layout I created today, and I've been using this photo here with Fluffy in the background, and you can see that I've made Fluffy, the three-headed dog, to go onto this layout as well. So I've got my title ready to go, and I'm using these leftover bits and pieces that I have from my mini pad of Harry Potter paper that I have. I've got two of them. They are 6x6s, and I'm using those as my main part of my layout. Of course, for this we're allowed to use one sheet for our backing paper, which I've chosen this brick one. It is an American Crafts paper. In Australia we only get them very light and thin. So I've chosen colours, or I want to choose colours for my pads that match the colours of my photo. And as I said, those American Craft papers are great. I love them, but in Australia we only get them really flimsy, which is a shame because the quality could be better. The print is always great, but the thickness is a bit too light. So I'm choosing this one here with the moons and stars because that's a bit magical. And then I'm thinking about other ones. That's got a star on it. I might use that, but I'm not too sure. But I need one more just to complement it for the idea that I want to put on this layout. This 6x6 paper I'm running out of. I'm going to have to invest in some more, I think. I have so many Harry Potter photos that I really do need to get some more Harry Potter paper. It's really important. As I said, I looked at my photos and I'm choosing ones that base the theme. I could use that one because it's in the greens, but no, I think I'll go more that colour. Matches more the shirt and things like that. So I've pulled out my two main ones that I'm going to use and put the rest away for the moment. As I said, I need to invest in some more papers. These ones I'm going to use as well, and I'm going to pull down the hats, I think, to do tuck-in pieces. And I know I want to make some tags later on, so I'll just leave that to the side for the time being. My first part, of course, is getting my background down so that I can build my layout. And on this, I was lucky enough I had a scrap black frame that I'd cut the innards out because I didn't need that much black for a project I was working on. And I thought, well, I'm not going to waste the frame. I'll use that somewhere down the track. And luckily today I've been able to use it for this layout. I'm putting this in, and I always only take off half an inch, so that all the way around I get about a quarter of an inch layout to my framing, and that gives it just enough to lift it up off the background and finish off the page. So I have my brick wall, and I'm wanting to put in half of that paper there in a diamond shape, in the triangular part, and then I'm going to use this one as well. But I'm going to cut this one down to a 4x4 and then cut it in half and have those two triangles at the top and bottom. So you can see that I've got it sort of balanced out because I know my photo is going to sit there, as you can see here. And then I'll put Fluffy down the bottom. As I said, I was using these hats here as a tuck-in piece down the side. That's just adding that little magical witch's hat. And then it's a bit flat. So I want to raise it up off that background a little bit. So I think I need another piece. And remember, I saw that before and I thought, yeah, that colour matched well. This one's a beigey colour with the stars in it, and I think that works perfectly as a border for both papers. So I'm cutting these into 3/4 strips. I do cut 4 of them, and it is a little bit fussy, but I do think it's worth it. I'm using my scorched timber ink here to just ink the edges and give it a little bit of definition, and I'm going to build the borders around, as you can see here, and then see that just lifts it. And at the top there you can see I've missed a little bit, but that's okay because I'll fix it in a moment and you won't see it. The best thing about using a continuous pattern paper, you can match and patch, as I like to call it, because they just fit in and then you don't see the joins. And that's a great thing with mini pad because they usually are a continuous pattern, and that's why it's great to work with your mini pads, because you can actually get a lot achieved with a small amount of paper. And I keep forgetting to use them. They just sit over there in my stash, and it's a shame because I've got so many and so many pretty different ones. I just am glad I've joined this hop because it's forcing me to use the stash. And as I've now put in my edging to my triangles, I can put them onto the layout permanently, and I'm just layering those in where I thought I was going to have them, remembering that I have my photo in that top right hand corner going to go into place. Now I've got a bit of scrap black here, which I'm trimming down to 5 3/8, no, 5 2/8 I think it is. It's not even, it's just under 2/8, it's not a quarter. Just so that 5 1/4, just under 5 1/4 and 7 1/4, just so that it has a black rim around it. And then I'm putting down the photo. Now, I didn't gut that piece of black. I saw somebody on a video recently saying that unless it's needed for that layout, don't gut it, because otherwise you end up with too many pieces of paper lying around, and that's so true. So I'm going to try and practice that a little bit more. And if I'm not using it on that layout, I'm not going to gut it because I have got so much scrap. I'm now going to just use some foam tape to pop Fluffy up. I did cut Fluffy on my Cricut, and it took me about a good hour and a half to piece him together. There were like 75 pieces or something. It was ridiculous how many pieces were in it, but it was worth it in the end, and I do like how it turned out. I'm now creating 3 mini tags, which I'm going to put down to the bottom right hand corner because it's a bit empty, and also to cover up where that tuck-in didn't fill that whole space. And I don't want them as flat-bottomed in the end. I choose to fishtail them just to add a little bit more interest to it. And I'm edging those with the scorched timber as well. I love that new ink that I've purchased, and it's becoming a favourite very quickly. So I'm just going to put it together with a little bit of jute and I tie it up, and I actually tie a bow in this one, which is pretty unusual for me, but I have. And then I can spread them across. And I saw someone else doing this normally I would do those individually, but then I saw someone else do it, and they spread theirs across and they just put the tape across, and it's so much easier. Why didn't I think of that years ago? And here we go. So that was a nice and easy project. So whoever that was that showed me that on the video, I can't remember because I've watched so many recently, but whoever it was, thank you so much, because that's a time saver. And like, I can't even believe I didn't even know to do it, or didn't even think to do it. I'm putting in 3 little fishtail banners to the top as well to tie in that corner and make it an anchor point as a cluster. So I have got leftovers from that pad, as I said, and I'm just tying those in there. And now I've got the 3 tags and the 3 banners at the top. And I had that little leftover Harry Potter symbol, and I was going to use 2 on the page, but I thought, no, if I can't use 3, I'm only going to use 1. And I just corner rounded them so that it's not just a square sticking up there at the middle of nowhere. And I'm foam popping it just so that it's up off that cluster base at the bottom. So there's my layout looking pretty finished pretty much. And then, of course, I have to add my faux stitching to just finalize that border. It's really important I get those borders in place. And then I am adding in some gold, which I really want, like that sparkle. And these are tiny, tiny, tiny gold hexagons. You wouldn't believe it, but they are actually hexagons. And they are shimmery gold, and I'm just putting them around the layout like little stardust or magic dust put around, and making sure that I've filled it equally around the layout, but with an odd number so that it looks balanced. And I just found a spot where I need to add a couple more where I missed, but that's okay, and you can see that this is all coming in nicely. little bit of journaling along that tag, along the zigzag, just saying that it's the store of requirements. It was November last year that my daughter and I went there in Queensland, and I seriously suggest if you ever go there in Queensland and you're a Harry Potter fan, you need to go to the store of requirements. It is amazing. So well worth the trip. Okay, so I added a little gold dust onto those tags just to finish it off, and you can see here where those little tiny little hexagons are sitting like little magic dust, and there's Fluffy and my tags, and that's how I've used a mini pad today. Now remember, like I said, there's a few of us playing along and the playlist is down below. You'll have access to watch all of their videos and see what they are doing. There are some very, very talented ladies. I'm just making sure this gold is stuck down nicely. Very, very talented, as I said. Go and leave them some love. Give them a like. Lets YouTube know that you really like what they're producing, and I can assure you you're going to see some great layouts this week. So here you go. This is my layout in full completion. There's the tags, and you can see those little gold flecks there along the tags. You can see that my title runs upwards to the side of the page, and there's my Fluffy die cut, which I'm pretty impressed that I sat patiently and put together. I have a little bit of a Harry Potter addition to the layout, and I need to say thank you for watching. I'm Kathy from Kathy Loves to Scrap. Give me a thumbs up. Lets YouTube know that you like what I'm producing. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that button for my next layout that will be notified to you. Leave me a comment. I always get back to you. I love the feedback. It's very helpful. You can find me under all my socials under Kathy Loves to Scrap, including Instagram, where you find all my layouts, even those without videos. Thanks very much for watching. Happy scrapping. Until next time.